Hey there, this is the Anonymous Tea podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is my backup channel to my Anonymous Tea channel. And in this video, we are talking Love Island All Stars episode 3 and my reaction to it, right? So we know, of course, at episode 2 that Colum decided to couple up with his ex Molly. However, she has been getting to know another Islander by the name of Chris. Also, the big thing that took place in this episode was Jake saying sayonara to the people. Jake was over it, did not feel any connections with anybody, was talking it over with Lewis and other people that he's not feeling this, that he is not interested in anybody romantically. So the following night, before they barely finish their toast, Jake gathers everybody around the fire pit to say, hey, thanks, but no thanks, I am out of here. And then for some reason, Liberty is like internalizing it, is thinking that this has something to do with her, that this is her fault and all of these things. So she's crying, and then her and Jake all go off and talk to the side, and he's reassuring her that things aren't, bad between them, that they got to talk some stuff out and hash out because they haven't talked in 3 years. But he said him leaving has nothing to do with her. He was like, there's no connection with anybody that's here. So therefore, he doesn't want to just stay and be fake and just to stay on a show, which I respect. And I also think he was leaving as well because he saw the writing on the wall that production was going to force whatever between him and Liberty that was just going to be nothing but constant chaos, which is what they're currently doing with Molly and Colum as far as I'm concerned. So nonetheless, we also have Messy Mitch back in action to where he is telling all of these girls except for Liberty that he had crushes on them when they were on the screen and, would love to get to know them and that they're his top priority. Meanwhile, Liberty is all in on Mitch. She's like giving him massages. She is like putting moisturizer on his face and sunscreen and on all of these things. Meanwhile, Mitch is like leaving her for last. And here's the thing with Liberty. Unfortunately, she falls too fast for these men. She falls too hard for these men and thinking that, they're going to rock her world and thinking that they're all in with her. And unfortunately, on these shows, these men see her as a placeholder. They see her as a safety net, and they do not take her seriously, unfortunately. The right caliber of men have yet to be in this villa that would be on the level that Liberty deserves, unfortunately. So there's that. Also, we have Chris, who is trying to, be a part of this love triangle between, Molly and Colum, who still, for me, do not have a convincing argument as to why they ultimately broke up. But Chris is turning up the heat. He is giving Molly a massage right in front of, Colum's, sight, and Colum's trying to play it off like it's nothing, although he is secretly fuming inside. Nonetheless, Chris is saying in the confessionals that he hopes that he's not just being used as a pawn or a rebound or a quote-unquote test in the game of Molly and Colum so that they end up back together, but that very much is a very strong possibility because it seems as though Colum has not got the memo that he needs to be talking to other women as well. Either the other women feel that he is off limits, or, Colum just really thought that this was going to be an opportunity since he's coupled up with Molly, that they could just go back to how things were. So then also we have as well, towards the end of the episode, because there wasn't much that was happening, but nonetheless, Molly and, Colum, they have this big couples therapy moment where they're just going back and forth as far as what went well, what didn't go well. Molly is saying she wanted all of these words of affirmation and all of these things that Colum didn't do in 3.5 years. She wanted a commitment, and just now Colum's giving her compliments and all of these things. And my thinking is, okay, why did we stick around for 3.5 years if you are pissed off that he is not complimenting you, that he is not, validating you and all of these other things? How did you stay for 3.5 years? And so, nonetheless, Chris sees this taking place, and so he whisks, Molly away. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's going to cheer her up. He is going to set things back straight and all of these other things. No, Chris is like doing some goofy, like, hey, let's look at each other for 2 minutes. Let's look each other in each other's eyes and all of these other things. And then he just plants a kiss on her, you guys. He plants a kiss on her. So today's episode is going to be messy because Chris is definitely going to tell the fellas what went down between him and Molly. And we know word eventually is going to get back to Callum. And it is going to be interesting to see how Molly takes this, because I don't know if she is really feeling Chris like that, or if she is just trying to make Callum jealous and ultimately get back with him, or try to get a reaction out of Callum so Callum can, pursue things harder. We're also going to have another bombshell tonight, a bombshell that I didn't feel like needed to be back, but has history with Georgia, so I guess there's that. Anton is fading into the furniture. He has zero storyline because Georgia is latched on to Toby, who Toby is telling Kaz and Liberty away from her behind her back. The moment that a, bombshell comes in that is his type, he is hitting the brakes on Georgia and going straight to that bombshell. Also, Toby had a conversation with Demi as well, where he is spilling tea. She is able to extract tea out of Toby as far as what happened between him and Chloe. And so basically he's hinting that there's something happened in the relationship that was big and that he no longer trusted her. So everybody is running to the conclusion that she must have cheated on him, or alleging that there was some drunk encounter with another gentleman who was not Toby. But nonetheless, it sounds like he is done with Chloe. So I don't know why people are wanting Chloe to come back into the villa, because it seems as though once you break your trust with Toby, he's completely checked out. And it was weird because it wasn't technically at the very end of the episode, but we had our first taste, which is something that was done in the earlier seasons, where we have like an immediate interview with the dumped Islanders. So Maya Jama, there's like this interview setup that's like immediately outside of the villa with these chairs and with like a little centerpiece table and all of these things, to have a sit down with Jake asking, do you feel like you've left too soon? Do you feel like, if you stay, somebody could have been out there, and all these other things. And Jake said basically, listen, I am happy with what I've done. I am happy with, my 3 days here in the villa. Nonetheless, I, didn't find what I was looking for. Sounds like he hasn't had a girlfriend of any sort since Liberty, and basically said, if anybody's looking for him, they know where to find him, but essentially he's just doing him. So that's what I took out of everything. Again, for me, I still feel the show needs to pick up. I know some of you are foaming at the mouth and think that this is so great. I have not seen anything yet, you guys, that has topped Love Island Games for me. So I hope the bombshells get better. I hope the storylines get better. I think it is a mistake to drag out this Molly and Callum situation. Either they're going to get back together or they're going to be done with each other. But we need something to move forward because it is just exhausting. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're not subscribed already to my main channel, Anonymous T, please subscribe to that as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on this channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.